How is it going, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight. We are starting over again. We were having a great run last night. Felt smooth, everything was going well. Didn't even feel like it was a struggle. And got a little too cocky in the ancient sunken precursor city, whatever it's called.
It looks like scout flies
Took
are
me
always
out.
in red boxes.
So, starting over again. Suggestion has been made previously to give myself maybe like checkpoints or something like that, where once I make it to Rock Village, if I die I start over at Rock Village. It's something I'm considering, but I haven't given up hope quite yet. Gonna keep ow, gotta have a headache, dude. Oh, is that guy's a rock? Well, ain't that nifty. I'm sure I've noticed that before, but that's cool. Again, like, I know I just spend too much time gushing about this, but like, Naughty Dog knocked it out of the park with their first, like, truly open world. You can see where Geyser Rock is from Sandover Village. You can look up and see the canyon where you're gonna have to go later. It's all connected. You can walk everywhere you want. There's no loading screens, and this was in 2001. This was basically a launch title for the PlayStation 2. It's wild, folks.
I'll bet we can get this open if you power up with that zappy blue eco stuff.
And again, maybe I'm biased because it is that game that got me hooked into gaming when I was young, and it was, that's not even true. I was gaming long before this. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I remember my friend, my sister's friend, had the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge to, you know, expand it. And I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. Not just the fact that, like, you could add on more to this game that you've already been playing and enjoying, but like, just the actual mechanism was just legitimately cool. How you just like flip the top of the Sega Genesis cartridge and then plug another cartridge into that cartridge. You've got this leaning tower of games. If you had a Game Genie, you plug in all three together, and it's just, ugh, thing of beauty. Looking back, I'm amazed I didn't just like break them in half. I know I've been saying I need to look up speedrun strats to get through this stuff faster, but I haven't. It was a busy day today.
That lazy farmer owes us a power cell. Let's go talk to him. Oh.
We'll see. I might be able to get enough precursor orbs without grabbing those. I'm trying to think of like how to optimally go through. Sorry, I'm just sitting here, so I'm trying to figure out how to like optimize this. I want to go ahead and get the 2 power cells from the precursor oracle after I'm done with Forbidden Jungle. So there's 150 in there, so I would need another 90. So I need to have had 40 from Sandover Village. And I've got 32, so I need to grab some. But not many. Well, either... I mean, there's some on the way. Not many, but...
Enough orbs to trade for a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already.
Don't tell me what to do, Daxter. You're not my mom. I'm trying to go through this too differently than I normally do. I feel like the amount of thought that I'm putting into trying to do this in a more optimal way is slowing me down, actually. Death by efficiency. Now, yeah, that's like I said, I'd probably just go look at some speedrun strats or something like that and see how the true gamers do it. Again, not that I plan on doing any speedrunning, just because it'll help me get through these earlier sections a little bit faster. I'm at the point where I feel pretty comfortable where if I'm at least relatively paying attention, I can not too worried about any of the worlds off Sandover Village. We'll see though. Now that I've said that out loud, I'm probably just gonna get cursed and not be able to. I'll die here in Forbidden Jungle or something. This is probably where most of my deaths are actually, so it's not that crazy. Yes, I did die again in the Lost City last night. Sorry, I didn't even notice you were chatting. How's your stream going? Oh, I saw what you were playing earlier today. You were streaming earlier, right? South Park, yeah, Stick of Truth or whatever it is. I never played those growing up. Are they fun? Oh, you're on right now. Nice. How's the stream going? Nice. I'll just pop by in a little while. Oh no. Sorry, my controller just decided to start rumbling and give me a heart attack. If I die because my controller malfunctions, it's not a death. That's on record, I've said it before. It's my own rules. Yeah. Twitch is wild. I think it's only like, I don't know. Twitch is also a very different place than it used to be. There's a lot of people go to like just chatting streams and things like that. And gaming is still huge for sure, but it's changing a little bit, and I think more people are on to Twitch. Oh, and Kick, yeah. I think just live streaming in general is kind of more popular, so more people are doing it. So competition's kind of hot right now, it seems. Why would I go up there? What am I doing?
What do you have in the basket?
Nothing to talk about. Them monsters patrolling the ocean took a bite out of me fishing ring.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about streaming anywhere else. I know there's a bunch of new ones, and I just...
Can't seem to catch a single fish in this.
You know, I'm more boomer than anything else at this point. It's like, I know what Twitch is. I've used Twitch before. I've done Twitch for a lot of things, and I know it so it's comfortable, you know?
Here comes a big one. comes a big one.
Hey, they got me in a pattern there for a little bit. Ah, damn.
Steady, boy.
Lost another fish. Or I'm gonna take me net back from you.
Here comes a big one.
It's so funny, because even if he takes his net back away from you, you just do it again the next second, so... What a punishment, big guy.
You did it!
Yeah!
You
Alright.
caught 200 pounds
Better
of
than
fish.
fraction butthole,
Not
okay.
bad for a couple of landlubbers.
So,
Here's the power cell I promised. And you can use my boat at the village dock whenever
yeah, that's fair. I could skip Velocity. I just, No, so I don't know if you saw any of last night, but I was very confident in my abilities to make it through things that I probably shouldn't have been, given how the nights and how the playthroughs have gone. I was like, oh yeah, I'm on a roll. I'm feeling good, kind of in that flow state. And yeah, I just should have called it quits before I went in there, like I said I was going to. Just wasn't really up to it anymore, you know. Stamina isn't up there. Because I started again from the beginning yesterday, so I got all the way through Sandover, and which, you know, it's like, I say all the way through, what is that, like an hour and a half of gaming? It's not that, it didn't used to be that intense for me. Like I said, I'm more boomer than anything else at this point. Oh, there's a wall there. Did you go through and finish finish Bloodborne already? Alright, tight.
We need to get to the top of that tower.
Don't tell me what to do, Daxter. Need to get to the top of your mom. Grab it. Alright, let's go turn on those blue eco vents and fight a mutant plant. I'm still trying to figure out how that plant got
Yeah, so we got a precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue
infected
stuff,
by dark
so it
eco.
ain't gonna help us.
guess this is an ancient precursor artifact, and like they kept the eco in silos, so it makes sense that they have some method of, you know, storing and moving and potentially using it. So I guess that's I'll give that one a passing. It passes the sniff test from the lore perspective. The lore as I understand it, obviously. I don't know what the real lore is. I've played through all the games and I know the story, but again, I'm not a lore expert by any means.
Did you see that? Blue eco vents have been activated all over the world. I knew there was a way to turn them on. There must be places to turn on the other eco vents as well.
I'm being reckless. I'm gonna fall down a hole. Almost happened. Aha, there we go. There we go. Let's do this, buddy. You and me and your little friends. I should have just gone for it. Hate you, little bug. Alright, buddy. Yeah, shake it off. Shake it off. Get back in the fight. You got this. Don't give up. Make it entertaining. Really put up a fight. Was. Alright, buddy. Come on. Come on. Bring it on. You got a big ass tongue. That's right, sucker. Get on out of here. Oh. This controller is just like full on rumbling all the time at this point. It's really concerning. What else am I missing? Did I do this pretty well? Maybe. I might have lined this up pretty okay. I think I'm missing some orbs somewhere though. Yeah, I'm missing 20. Ah. Shoot. Okay. Well, at least I know where they are. Gotta go back and open that little precursor tank, I think. I planned on doing that with the blue eco coming out of the temple. And I forgot and went the wrong way, so I'll go charge up somewhere else then. Come on, camera. Let me play the game. Ow. Okay. I just had the worst idea ever. So I had a coworker who for a while had one of those, I don't know what else to call them other than like shock therapy bracelet things. I think they're called like padlocks. And the idea was like you would set it to give you a shock every time you like opened an app or something, or if you went to a certain location. I don't remember. But the point is like a little shock collar on your wrist that zapped you, and like it hurt. Like I used it for a while. I borrowed it for a while because I was interested in seeing if I wanted one of my own. And that thing packed a punch. Now I'm like, I wonder if there's a way someone can mod and support for the Pavlok API, if there is one, an open goal. So every time you take damage, you get shocked. I don't know why, but that sounds that'd be real fun to me right now. In reality, I would probably absolutely hate it, but
We should go tell that windbag
Oh,
of a mayor
man.
that he owes us big time for connecting the village energy beam.
Alright, I need 8 more precursor orbs. I will grab the ones going up to the canyon wall. And I know that's overkill, but I cannot for the life of me remember exactly how many are on top of that hill, so this is what we're doing. Alright, weirdo. Three, 6, 9. Dang it. Could have just come here and skipped the walk at Fire Canyon. Well, now I know for next time.
Check out that funky
Pumpkin.
sculpture sitting on the rocks over there.
Alrighty. Alright, alright, alright.
This must.
Alright, so I was checking it out. I got an ad, and I hate how specifically targeted ads have become, but I can't also deny that they're getting pretty good, because got an ad, like, I think on my Google News feed. I scroll through that sometimes just to keep up with what's going on in the world, you know? And one of the ads on there was for, it was like one of those ad articles where it's
Check out old Fish Brett's speedboat at the dock.
it's really an ad, but they dress it up like it's an article. So it's like, oh, I saw this really cool thing, and today only it's on sale for that, and here's how I use it, and here's what's really cool about it, and yada yada. Like, you know, one of those articles that's really just an ad. But it's for Humble Bundle. They do software and games and other things like that. If you don't know Humble Bundle, basically they'll give you like a certain bundle of games is how it started off, and now it's evolved into more than just that, but still do games too. But what specifically caught my attention here is until January 31st they've got Humble Book Bundle, so ebooks that work with Kobo, which is the e-reader I happen to use. They've got up to like 38 of Terry Pratchett's Discworld novels on sale for $18. It's like, I mean, like, that is an insanely good deal for those 38. And as far as my experience with Discworld has been entirely positive. I have not read all of them, but they're great. Terry Pratchett is a great author, so I haven't picked it up yet, but I think I probably will. That's just, it's very tempting. My only hesitation is a little bit petty, but I don't super love how long people can just continue to make royalties off of things. Like, Terry Pratchett has passed away. He's not seeing the fruits of his labor anymore, and like, yeah, it is, his estate is run by his children, and like, there's something to be said for that, but also, like, the man who made the works is no longer here. Why do they keep raking in profits from that? Like, but it's kind of offset because Humble Bundle also donates to charity, and like, I don't know, you know, it's just, there is a part of me that's like, you know, might as well just check out some LiDAR and see what I can find. Is it LiDAR? I have to remember how it's set up at this point. I'm not gonna lie, and maybe I'm alone on this, I kind of wish that these green eco vents that they put in Sentinel Beach that you're supposed to unclog had been like scattered throughout the level instead of all clumped up in one place, for a couple reasons. For many people, for a lot of people, this will probably be the first level they go to, because shut up, Samus. Don't talk over me. Because this is one of the first levels you go to, because Samus specifically tells you to come here, and he's, you know, the wise old sage in the game, and you're going to listen to him. The path kind of directly leads you here. It's just, for a lot of people, this will be their first area, and that's fine. And like, it's not a big level by any means. It's not too hard. It's not a very difficult or punishing game, but given that it is the first level, it would kind of act as like a, I don't know, we'll call it a little bit of like a minor checkpoint system where, you know, if you can reach it to here, you get your health refilled. And it's a scavenger hunt. I just think that for a lot of reasons, I wish that the green eco vents here had all been spread out and you kind of have to hunt for them. I think that would have been a fun gameplay mechanic, but like, I also like, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with the way it's done. That's just how I would have liked to have seen it done. Oh yeah, you just don't need any more health. Okay. Alright, seagulls. Fly away. I'm not going to forget this power shot this time like I have done several other times. Alrighty, let's get going. Oh yeah, sorry. I turned off the game audio because Daxter annoyed me for a minute there. I'll bring it back for you guys. I'll bring it back. Don't worry. You can trust me. I think it's kind of funny that, you know, they added guns in Jak 2 and 3, in part to keep up with, like, the older crowd, make it, you know, a little more adult and a little more edgy and maybe, no, not realistic, but, like, I think it's funny that they added guns to that, but, like, if you really think about it, like, punching these brutal monsters to death with your fists and kicking them to death with your feet, like, that is way more hardcore than shooting them. Like, holy cow, that would be so wild in real life. If you saw some guy just like beating up this four-legged monster with his bare hands and like got a little rat thing on his shoulder, like, do not fuck with that guy. That guy will take you out. And he will not even break a sweat doing it. So I guess my Jak and Daxter hot take is Jak and Daxter from the Precursor Legacy is the most hardcore Jak ever gets in the entire series. And that also fits with the, you know, silent protagonist motif. He's just so hardcore he won't even talk. I mean, yeah, sometimes he makes facial expressions and uses body language that might imply that he's not, like, a badass, but then he comes out to the wilderness and beats animals to death with his bare hands. Like, I don't think you get much more metal than that. God damn it, I thought I would have gotten that. Alright, well, I will have to go back and get that precursor orb container thing. I'm sure there's an actual name for those, but I have no clue what it is. Ow, that's a wall. It's alright, you only needed that one brain cell, right, Jak?
Let's use the cannon to blow.
Like, I know that's not what happened. But the way the audio caught off there, it just sounded like, let's use the cannon to blow shit. I'm like, gonna blow shit up. Yeah, let's do it, Daxter. Fucking hardcore, bro. Again, he's just trying to prove my point that I already made once tonight, that the Precursor Legacy is like the most hardcore the duo gets. I mean, fuck, in later game, technically. Daxter takes, oh, fuck me. I forgot to blow up these containers. So much for efficiency. Alright, well. Lots to do still, apparently. We're going to go ahead and get those precursor orbs. And then we'll come back over here and jump up the towers again. At least I got the precursor orbs open on those, so it won't be complete waste, because I have to go back up there anyway to get the orbs. So, it could be worse. I have to go a couple extra towers that I wasn't going to have to go before, but it's not a big deal. I'll have to come back over here to get those orbs up there. Yeah, forget how limited the camera control is with this. Like, I'm just gonna look up. No. Not unless you enter goggle mode. No siree Bob. Jak cannot raise or lower his head. Those muscles are just not invented yet. And I know what those of you watching at home are thinking. That doesn't make much sense. No one invented muscles in your neck to make it go up and down. Fair enough. I don't have a rebuttal to that. You're absolutely correct. Nobody invented those. It's just, you know, part of how we are. Fucking lurker shark. Stop terrifying me. I don't want to cry for my mommy right now. Alright, now back over there again. I'll have to check out some of the open goal documentation at some point, because there's a streamer mode, I don't know what it does. Tried to turn on some of the secrets that I unlocked after beating the game 100%, and some of them weren't working at all. Like there's one called Real Time of Day. I don't know what that means. It's always going to be nights, so I only ever play at nighttime. That'd be kind of cool, like Jak and Daxter After Dark. But not in that way, no. Rule 34 is not alive here. But it's just like I'll click on it and just click on, and it just, as soon as I click on, it goes back to the menu like any other secrets, and then it just says off again. It's like it doesn't actually accept the input. And I don't know if that's like a feature that's coming, and it's just like there's a placeholder right now, or if I need to do something else to make that work. Again, I need to look through the documentation. There's good documentation on Open Goal's site for a lot of things, so I should go check it out. And then maybe for a nice break at some point, I'll go through one of the custom levels that fans have made, like Crystal Caves or the Forbidden Lands, I think it's called, or the Lost Lands. I don't remember. Again, just fan-made levels for this game. I haven't watched anyone play them on YouTube yet. I've seen videos of them, but I kind of want to go through them blind. So I might play through that at some point, just to mix things up a little bit. A few nights I've played a little bit of Tony Hawk on here, because I foolishly forgot that, of course, we can't play good music, even if it's in the video game that we're playing. Like, no audio there. Like, I don't blame Twitch for muting it, like they have to. It's licensing agreements and shit like that, but it's just like, come on. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is coming to Twitch to watch somebody play Tony Hawk so that they can listen to that licensed music. You are not losing a single view to that. That is not a real situation. If somebody's like, oh, that soundtrack is sweet, I want to listen to that right now, they're not going to Twitch to find somebody streaming the game so they can add skateboard sound effects to it. No, they're gonna go to Spotify or YouTube Music or Apple Music or whatever other fucking subscription we have, and they're just gonna stream it directly. The idea that somehow somebody streaming Tony Hawk or any other game where there's licensed music is taking away audience for that licensed music is asinine. That is stupid. People are here on Twitch. If they're watching somebody play those games, it's to play those games. And is the fact that there's cool music in them a bonus? Sure. But you're not going to, again, not go to Spotify or not go to Apple Music where they will get, you know, the revenue from the number of plays that it has back to the artist or whoever owns that copyright at this point. That they would be watching a different Twitch stream. Like, it's a different audience. Yes, there may be some overlap. Yeah. So Tony Hawk games and the Guitar Hero games and other video games introduced me to some music that I still like today. But when I want to listen to that music, I don't fire up Guitar Hero. I don't fire up Guitar Hero if I want to listen to Dragon Force or, you know, other songs. Like, I'll find them on my music service at the time and play them there. Like, I have never once been like, oh, I'm going to go play a video game for this song. I mean, I guess you can kind of sort of say I do that with Guitar Hero just because, like, there are certain tracks that are more fun to play than others. There are certain that are catchier, but it's not because, like, oh, I love this song so much I want to go play this. It's like, oh, no, like, this level, this stage, this whatever they're called, it really works. Like, I don't go play Beat Saber on the Quest to go because I'm like, oh, that house music, it hits so hard. Like, nah, it's good music, but like that's not what that's about. Come on. And I get it. It's the system. It's an older system. It was developed for the media of the time and kind of adapted and piecemealed and patchworked onto what we have today. But like, the simple thing, in my opinion, is just like the system of laws and governance needs to catch up to the modern day and the digital age, because it is going to just keep getting faster and faster, and the longer they wait, the further it's going to be behind and the more stupid these things become. I mean, by God, the idea that somehow Mickey Mouse in black and white on Steamboat Willie was distinct enough from Mickey Mouse colored in on later cartoons that, like, technically, yeah, it's not the same character. It's really not. So we should keep it the rights to use the other Mickey for now, and nobody else can touch him because it's different. I mean, yeah, it's the same character. Yeah, they look virtually identical. Like, you know, they're clearly the same character, but no, copyright doesn't actually count here. I guess my problem is, like, again, the loopholes exist so that the wealthy and the people that have the power do not have to suffer the consequences from them, but only reap the benefits, and that's frustrating as all hell. You get infinite copyright for your stuff, but also you get to take down anybody else for any reason. It's just, it's frustrating. It's just such an imbalance.
Ready Go makes your attack stronger.
That's what they tell you. They tell you about the blue pills too. Oh, I can't actually go yet. There's more stuff to do over here. I like clearing this side first to get the mist and stuff out of the way. Again, it's these fucking pits and instant deaths. It's not what killed me yesterday, but it is what kills me often. Most often. Ooh, I don't know if that fell or not. That was close. Skirting death. Oh, it did fall. Okay. Wasn't that close. I just hit it. Alright, I'll go get that power cell too. Oh, fuck. Fucking Misty Island.
Watch your back.
This might be only like the second time I've died here.
We were here. It's an ambush, Jack! It's an ambush!
Come on, give me a big skull guy. I used to try to save those red eco for the big club-wielding skull helmet guys. Is this really random? I've always thought that there's like a set number of each type of enemy, but I'm not seeing any of those big guys right now. It's all these little lurkers. Which tells me like maybe the enemies generated here are random. And maybe that's a commonly known thing, and I'm just now learning this, but I don't know if I got a single one of those big guys in that ambush.
Gives me the willies. Let's keep you out of the ooze, okay?
Wild. Okay, well that's cool. I'll look into that now, because I mean, like, I just experienced that there's maybe one in that whole ambush, and normally there's like 5 or 6, so clearly there's a random element to it. That's pretty cool. The things you learn when you play this shit over and over again. Like that there are precursor orbs on the sides of that door, because I've missed those a fair few times. I'm doing accents tonight, and I have no idea why. It's just gonna be a weird night. It's alright, if you're here watching a stream of a 20-year-old game from some random, basically non-gamer guy, you're probably already a similar kind of weird to me anyway. Welcome. You found your place. Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry, should I mark excessive swearing on my content? Sorry. I don't think it's excessive. I think that's subjective, and I curse exactly the right amount.
Back over those bones!
I would really like some additional health because I don't, wait, hold on. I've already died. It doesn't matter. What the fuck am I being careful for? That is so funny. Took damage right after I got the second piece back. Oh no, I died again. Why do the lurkers wear diapers? What the? Diapers and like one shoulder holster. It's wild, bros. It's wild. Hold on. Did I just see what I think I just saw? Misty Island, not even 100% complete, is already 25% done with the game. Okay. Sure. That might as well be a thing that, that is. Alright, my fine people. It's time to start over. And of course, the way we do that is quite simple. We take new folder. Oh, new folder doesn't have anything in it. Oh, we take Geyser Rock, which is a misnomer because it's actually Sandover Village after Geyser Rock, not Geyser Rock. Fooled you. Yes, we replaced them in the destination. Thank you, thank you. Very good. Then we play. There we go. Like real time of day. If I turn it on. Oh wait, now it says on. Oh yeah, it's just gonna be like probably based off the time of your PC. So, all right, folks, we're doing Jak After Dark. Alright, there we go. That ought to attract some viewers. Jak After Dark. It's clickbait, yes, but effective
It looks
clickbait.
like scout flies are always in red boxes.
It's really funny. It's not actually going to be effective. That's the joke, in case anybody doesn't get it. Changing a stream description is not going to make any difference. At least not to me. I don't read them. Oh, maybe I do sometimes. Regardless, I don't think it'll make a big difference. But I think it's funny, so I'm doing it anyway. Ow, that's a wall. I love like the little motes of dust and just the small details they put into the animations. Like grass flies up when he jumps, and just how interactive it makes the world feel, despite, again, coming out in 2001. This game can legally drink for a couple years now. I said legally, not actually. I know to do that for a while. Yo, dude, I'm taking your cow. And I'm putting him away for you. Hope that's okay. Fuck you. Get in there. Again, exactly the right amount of cursing. Don't even question it. It's fine. Get the fuck over there. Move that ass. Yes, now I am intentionally doing it just to be a jackass. Fuck, cow. You're too far. Turn. I wonder if this is any faster. Feels faster. Like when I lead him off the wrong way. Stop! So here's a question that I haven't ever really tried. Curious what the result is. What if you just like put 3 of them in the pen and then leave and go to Forbidden Jungle and come back? Will they have wandered out again, or do they stay in once they're in? I don't know, because I always just do it all at the same time, and they've never shown any inclination to leave. I think they mostly stand still.
Let's go talk to him.
Oh, I don't need to go up there. Gotta bring in the crops before the June bugs. Alright, boys. We doing this. Ow, that was my head. Alright, so I was watching, I watched the whole series earlier, but I was rewatching the show Superstore the other day. I forgot how fucking funny that show is. I used to work at Target for a few years, and like some of the stuff that they put in there, it's like, you know, people have actual retail experience there. Like some of the, I don't remember specific things, but it is just, it is so good. It is so funny. And for me, I really like the show Silicon Valley as well, with Thomas Middleditch and Kumail Nanjiani before he got ripped.
We scrounged enough orbs to trade for a power cell. Let's
I
get
just
back
think
to
it's
making
it's
switch
just the
already.
right amount of it's my brand of comedy. Like Silicon Valley hits most of the perfect notes for me. And if you know both those shows, you probably know the connection that I made because the lead in Superstore, I don't remember his name, and I'm not gonna guess because I'm not. That's the only reason. The lead in Superstore has a relatively small role in Silicon Valley. He's a lawyer, but he's like this like super chill back, like leaning back in his chair playing the guitar kind of lawyer, like, you know, that picture of like a slacker, but like also seems like he's kind of knows his shit, but like calls him Richie instead of Richard, that kind of character. And he does it pretty well. Like, he was a likable guy in Silicon Valley, but like the guy that he plays in Superstore is just not even.
Let's go fiddle with him.
I mean, he's the same in that he's like kind of a charismatic guy. I think he's just a good actor. I've been happy with the things that I've seen him in, but like he's just such like a goody two shoes, kind of
Follow the beam to find the next tower.
a little bit elitist, suburban, always been upper middle class his whole life, kind of preppy guy, and he pulls that off really well too. I just think he's got some talent. But Superstore is so good, such a fun show. Watch through it. The Good Place, another fantastic show. If you haven't seen The Good Place, like, stop watching me and go watch The Good Place. That is a great series. And maybe it's just because I was brought up religious, so I didn't spend a whole lot of time thinking about like the afterlife and morality and how that all kind of ties together and how different systems would actually play out. And they kind of like try to address those questions, but in such a fun and funny way. Like, you can engage in it on a really any level you want to. Really, like, you're gonna find some of it relatable, and you're gonna find some of it funny, and hopefully be emotionally impacted. I think it's a great it's a great experience. It's a great show to go through. It's very much.
Here comes a big one. Steady boy.
I don't know. It's just a great show. I don't know what to call it. My wife and I at one point had started watching Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. And that's very funny. It is a solid show, no doubt. Damn it. Got that eel. Got that eel in me. It's a very funny show. The musical numbers are often just like wacky and out of left field. And there's like a musical number, at least one, if not two or three, in every episode. It's like written and performed by Rachel Bloom, who's the star. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, she does too much. She's a very talented woman. But like, sometimes they got a little bit old, and it is what it is. And we got a few seasons into it, and things kind of felt a little bit stale and kind of repetitive, and I kind of just lost interest. I never finished that series, but it's a shame too, because like there's one of the main reasons I got into it was because I saw the Legal Eagle breakdown of like the song "Don't Be a Lawyer" from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and I didn't even make it that far in the series. I think that's in the 4th season, and I didn't make it there, so like I don't know the context for it yet. And that was part of the reason I started watching it, because I really enjoyed that music video. I thought it was fun and clever, and I liked the show. I liked the premise that like a modern day TV show just like randomly breaks out into song in the middle of the episodes. I think that's hilarious. And again, a lot of it's really good. It's very talented. Oh fuck! I almost died.
You did it! You got two.
It's a fun show, but it again, it kind of gets grating after a little while. So I can't say. I guess if I'm gonna take a page from the completionist book, although I heard he got into some trouble for some stuff. I don't know what, but still like his rating scale. I would say try it. Give it a shot. If that sounds at all interesting to you. Oh, I didn't tell you anything about the show. It's like a high-powered New York attorney like decides to leave it all behind because she finds this guy that she remembers that he was like her first love in just summer camp or something, and moves across the country to kind of follow him and stalk him and just, you know, sitcom hijinks ensue. And it's well done. It's very funny. It also is at times very there's a decent amount of depth to it, actually, a surprising amount of depth to it. And, like, they ask some interesting questions, and they deal with mental illness in an interesting way, and they deal with like you know, issues of relationships and boundaries and things like that I think are important, that we don't always consider with friends and things like that, and just they it is a very well done show. I will give them credit for that. I just think maybe it went on a little longer than I expected, or maybe it was just like a slow patch and it gets better later. I don't know, but like my wife and I tried to go back to it a little while ago, and it was just at the point that we're watching, at least, it just feels a lot like it's trying really hard to be quirky and funny, and you can just kind of see the effort behind the jokes, if that makes sense, and it just feels a little bit forced. Like maybe the original idea had kind of played its course, and they were just, yeah, they had some more new interesting ideas, but they weren't like, you know, what sold the show from the starting point. What the hell is going on with my camera? So like, yeah, there's potential and promise, and like it was still well executed. The musical numbers are great, but like it just wasn't the same feel, you know? Lost that spark. And that's my own personal opinion. I know nothing about media. I am not I'm no Heritance Blimby. If you get that reference, I love you. Also, yes, I know I used it incorrectly. That was the joke. No, it's just, you know, there's so many TV shows that I need to watch. Like I grew up super sheltered, so like for example tomorrow in the chat they were talking about how he was streaming South Park, and I wasn't allowed to watch South Park in my home even as like, you know, 17, 18 years old. Like if my parents were around, nope, turn that off, not allowed here. Like their house, their rules kind of thing. So I just never really got into that type of stuff. I watched a little bit in college and things like that, but and it was still funny. But I think just like the heavy stigma against it growing up, it kind of like soured me on it a little bit. I think I'm not gonna say it's one of their best jokes, because I don't pretend to even come close to knowing the whole spectrum of the jokes that they've made. I'm sure they've got better ones, but I loved how they spent like an entire episode calling Kanye a gay fish, and it bothered him so much. Like, the real life Kanye got pissed off about that, if I remember right, and that's just hilarious to me.
There must be places to turn on the other eco vents as well.
I mean, like, they called the downfall of Kanye way before he actually went off the deep end. Like, he'd done crazy stuff already. He's always been Kanye, but not the same Kanye. He went alpha Kanye. And, like, you know, dudes think I'm talking like red pill, he's the alpha. No, I'm talking like soft, where like he's now the alpha version. You don't share that with the public. You got some work to do, buddy. Ah, that boosted uppercut. Thank you to whoever suggested that yesterday. That's... I do need to use that move more. Come on, dude. Don't fucking die here. I think the first Kanye song I ever heard was Through the Wire. And I didn't know that was like because he'd been hurt and like had his jaws wired shut, and he was just like had to get it out, man, you know, like he just still felt the music, and like this sounds so stupid, but it's just so cool to me, like that story and the way that he got into it. Like it was his passion and he fucking fought for it, and he became a producer and he made music, and he just wanted to make music, and so he did. Like he wasn't gonna let anybody stand in his way, and that's or anything, like, you know, getting into an accident when he's starting to peak and starting to go up and starting to climb the charts, or at least the popularity. For something like that happen and just not let it bring you down, despite the fact that like it should have. Like Kanye was impressive. Like, I'm not trying to say like overlook all the bad, and just like because he was a great artist and he had that passion and that talent. I don't think that's enough. I think you do need to be, you know, a decent human being as well. And yeah, it sucks because the bar's really high. But the fact is, like, if you want to be on top, you should be able to clear a high bar. And like, I don't buy the bullshit where people are like, oh well, it's only because they have to agree with you on everything politically. It's like, no, you have to, like, there are a few things that you have to be like on the right side about. Like, you don't get to be a Nazi and get to, you know, be the top single on Billboard. That's just not going to happen. Like, our culture is not going to allow that to be a thing. Like, you can be mad about it. I don't know why you would be, but like, cool, whatever. But that's just the reality of it. Like, there are some things that you can't compromise on, and then for the rest of it, you just have to like not be an asshole about whatever you believe. Like, Kanye could have gone off and like gone on a whole crusade about stuff. I guess not gone on a whole crusade, but like have all these same opinions he has, and just not be like calling for actual shit to happen in response to it. Like, there are lines that are off limits. Like, don't cross those, and for the most part, you can get away with shit. Like, you can talk about things like people criticizing Chris Pratt for the church that he goes to or whatever, and like, yeah, that sucks, but also like, he's Chris Pratt. Like, a little criticism on the internet is not going to hurt him. It has not materially done anything to him. It's a little bit of criticism from some people. You are never going to make everyone happy, and I think that the expectation that like you should be allowed to do whatever you want and never face any criticism is also just stupid. Like, No, you can choose your own actions, but you don't get to pick how other people respond to them, and you don't get to pick the consequences of it. And like, you might think it's unfair, but yeah, we live in a society where we are ostensibly a democracy, and the people should rule, and the people should have a say in how the country is run. And to an extent, we've taken that mentality and applied it to society as well. Like, yeah, you don't have to be a monolith and agree with everything, but there are certain positions and certain stances that, like, yes, this is required to be socially accepted. Like, it doesn't mean that in most cases, when people are talking about cancellation anyway, they're talking about, like, fucking celebrities, which is, like, the worst possible example you could use, because for the most part, they're going to be wealthy. And, like, cancellation in that terms is like, oh, I didn't get this one job that I wanted because people were mad that I wouldn't apologize about something that I said. And it's like, so you had a chance to back down and to be free from the consequences and to take it back. People are saying, yeah, like, just say you're sorry about this stuff that doesn't hold up or that seems insensitive, or like, you said that was just a shitty take and you maybe have learned now, and so you're sorry and move on, and you can still keep everything you have, you can still keep all the opportunities, but if you want to be prideful and say no, like I think the one that comes to my mind is, what was it, Kevin Hart hosting the Oscars, where like some stuff came out about like if his son was gay he would like beat it out of him or something. I don't remember, like old jokes that like were clearly jokes and like were probably appropriate at the time, but you know, as a whole society moves forward, and if you don't think you want that, I think you should probably reevaluate your positions, because why is now the place to stop? Like, you probably wouldn't be super chill if like we had stopped moving society forward in the dark ages when like there was no real medicine and society was mostly agrarian, there was no technology. Like, we like it when society advances, and yeah, that doesn't mean like people should be fired for their shit they've said 20 years ago or whatever, but like, yeah, if it's up in the public eye, like even if somebody did it to be shitty, like be man enough to be like, yeah, sure, yeah, I said that before and I thought it was funny, but like I see how now it doesn't hold up and how it could be harmful to some people, and yeah, I don't hold by those views anymore. He said that, he would have had everything he wanted. Like, that is not a hard thing to say, and I don't see why that's like a problem. Like, you can argue, well, he shouldn't be forced to which I think the counter is just like, he isn't being forced to, he's not suffering any real punishment, he just doesn't get a privilege. He lost out on like an honor. He lost out on an honor because he's not agreeing with the majority of society. Like, that's just what it is. Like, most people agree that like gay people should be able to get married, and we should not like disown children who are gay. Like, that's just where our society is right now. Like, you can disagree with that, that's totally fine, but you can't expect everyone to be like, well, yes, you can disagree with that and you can think that they're not as worthy of rights as other people, and also I still have the exact same amount of respect for you that I would if you didn't hold that position. Like, no, like, you don't get to pick how people respond to your position. So like, I don't know, maybe that means I'm pro cancellation. I don't know, and I don't really care. Like, the honest answer is, at the end of the day, we're all just here trying our best to get through life. And my guiding principle is like, let's not make it harder for the people around us than we need to. Like, shit's hard. Things are getting expensive and more expensive every day. We don't need to be policing like other people's personal lives on top of everything else. Like, let's just try to find some solidarity, people. So if you want to rock the boat and be like, well, I do, but not with those people, then you get the fuck out. Like, it's that paradox of intolerance. Paradox of tolerance. Like, if you tolerate people who are intolerant, they will be intolerant towards other people, and you no longer have a tolerant society. So like, you can't, there is no such thing as absolute tolerance. You have to pick and choose. And honestly, like, my money's with the people that are like, yeah, we just want to live our lives and be left alone. Like, we want to be able to have the same rights as everybody else. We want to be able to live our lives just like everybody else and leave us the fuck alone. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm with you. Versus the people who are like, no, those people shouldn't be allowed to live their lives. Those people should have to do what I say they should have to do. Because I'm right, because a book told me so. Kind of, sort of. In the same section where it talks about how you shouldn't plant 2 types of crops in the same field, or wear clothes made of 2 different materials at the same time. Like, we discarded all that shit centuries ago, but you cling to these parts because that's the part you want to cling to. Like, I don't know, it just pisses me off. Sorry, guys. Rant over. I did not know if that was gonna work. That was cool though. Blew him up with my blue eco landing. Alright. Don't forget this time. That one. That one. And those ones. God, I am not good at this. There we go. At least I remember to do it this time. I'm probably gonna call it early tonight. Ah. Hey, what's up, hero? How you doing? Yeah, me too. I grew up with this game. This game came out when I was like preteen, so I played it regularly. I've gotten like all the HD remasters and stuff like that, so I love coming back to Jak and Daxter. So decided I'm going to be a little bit of a masochist and I'm going to run through Lost Frontier. No, we don't talk about that one, right? Like, that game doesn't exist. I grabbed the port to the PS2, I think, at one point, or it was the PS2, I think. And I played through a little bit, but I didn't finish it. Like, I didn't like it. It didn't feel like Jak, and it was like, it's pretty disappointing. I played PSP Daxter as an adult. I didn't have a PSP as a kid, so the first time I played Daxter was, that's the wrong way. I was probably like in my mid-20s. It's a great game though. Way better than it had any right to be for like a PSP side quest game. Thought it was really fun. They kept the feel of the Jak games really well, which is like apparently hard to do. The Lost Frontier couldn't. Sorry, if you love the Lost Frontier, then I guess you're not welcome here. No, I'm just kidding. You're fine. I'm not gonna make it. Or maybe I will. Jak and Daxter 5. Yeah, it'd be really cool. I mean, I've said before, I don't I don't know. Like, I think the team really moved on, and like they kind of made it clear they wanted to do different things, and so if they could get it back and they had like some good ideas, and they got the people back, and or not even back, but people that were passionate about the IP. I don't think it has to be the original people. Sonic Mania was fantastic, and that was basically a fan project at the start, as far as I recall, and then they worked with the Sonic team, so it can happen. I just I don't know. It could be really cool. I could also see it being like a cheesy cash grab that's disappointing. So if they did it well, I would absolutely be down. I was talking earlier in the stream about how I want to do some of the mods for Open Goal. I'm playing it on PC on Open Goal, if you didn't know. Wait up, was there something you wanted to see? Yeah, but it'd be fun to play through some of like the fan-made levels that have come out, so I might do that on a stream another night. I never promised to be gentle. That was your choice. I feel like I'm missing stuff, but we're going anyway. Sub today, tomorrow. How's your stream going? How's the game? I figured out how to make the real time of day work, so we're doing a nighttime stream now. I don't know if you were here when that happened. I've already forgotten the order of things that happened on this stream. Got your nose power. I haven't played any of those, so that just sounds like random word salad to me. I'm sure it means something in the game, and that sounds awesome. Shoot. Oh, where am I missing 10 precursor orbs? Did I not get the ones from the beach yet? No, I did. Well, shoot. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. That's a pretty common power-up. Like, I think it's funny that games still just like recycle the same things. I say still. It's not an incredibly modern game, but still. Like, they had that at least as far back as Banjo-Kazooie, and I'm sure it was not the first time that had been done. No. Don't let the shark come get me. Hey, today, tomorrow. Did you ever play through any of the, Oh, no, you're playing on... Never mind. You were playing through the Jak games on the PS4, weren't you? So apparently there's some fan-made levels that I heard about on Open Goal on the PC version. I'm like, I should try those out and see if they're any fun. I'm sure they're good. At least interesting. I got to the forest and this and Misty Island and then reset. I died on Misty Island, so on this playthrough I've done the forest and now I'm here. So Sandover, Forbidden Jungle, and now I am Sentinel Beach, and I'm missing 10 precursor orbs. I don't remember where they are, so I'm randomly wandering. Wondering if maybe I missed some by that island in the water. Didn't dive for all of them, maybe? Yeah, it's like specific to the PC version, I think. Because Open Goal, because it runs natively on PC, they were able to add mod support. So like I'm using an HD texture pack that's a mod, and like they've got like versions where it's always snowy. Like they've just added like the snow effect from a snowy mountain to pretty much every level. And then they've got some that are just completely fan-made maps. So it's like the Crystal Caves or something is one of them, and then I don't remember what it was called, but there's another one as well. So I want to go try them out. I've seen some speedrunners and some YouTube videos starting them, but I didn't want to watch all the way through because I kind of want to experience them blind. Yeah, do you, so did you like just get a new one, like a still sealed box PS2 version? That's pretty cool. Well, darn, I do not know where these 10 precursor orbs are. I feel like I'm missing something really obvious. This is gonna drive me crazy. The number of times I've gone through this level lately, like, I am just like lost. Okay, so let's think. There's orbs on those towers, there's orbs out there. There's orbs up on that hill, which I've already gotten. That container, the container up on there, which I already got. There's 6 up there with the power, with the scout fly. Dang it, where am I missing orbs? Did I not get the ones under the posts? I think I did. Y'all, this is probably my worst Sentinel Beach run ever. Congratulations, you get to experience this with me. Oh, like a still sealed in-box copy of Jak Daxter. Sorry. My brain's a little scattered right now. Well, there's 5. I don't know of any way to stream off the PS2 just because I think the PS2 only had network connectivity with an adapter after the fact. And even if you do, I don't know how fast the network quality would be. I don't know. I'm not the guy to help with that. I'm not technical enough. I don't know of any way to stream off a PS2. I barely get it working on the computer. Good luck though. Yeah, I'm playing this on a fan-made project called Open Goal, where they basically took the original PS2 game and taught themselves the language it was coded in, and now they've basically moved it over so you can play it directly on computer with that original code to kind of translate it to modern code. So I'm playing natively on a computer, which is a super cool project, by the way, which I will geek out about all the time, but it's a little beside the point of what your question was. Did I not get the ones behind the waterfall then? Because I got several more. If I really skip the ones behind the waterfall, I'm gonna be disappointed with myself. I did. They're right there. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that, folks? At least we got there. We got there in the end. Alright, I think I'm gonna pull Misty Island and then we'll call it for the night. Thank you. I forget, Hero of Gods, does the PS2 have USB ports? So if it's got like a USB-A port, maybe you could hook up like a network adapter and a USB hub or something like that and see if you could get it connected. But I just think that the Sony support might not be there either, now that I think about it. I don't know, never mind. Ignore everything I say.
You collected enough power cells to fuel my heat shield. Meet me by the entrance to the fire canyon by climbing
For sure.
the cliff behind the farmer's house. Bring the power cells and hurry. My father says he's seen more lurkers around.
So what other games do you like, Hero? I've got 4 kids, and life is busy, and I play when I'm not exhausted, and I have time to stay up and play. Lately, it's probably been like every other night or so. This is 2 nights in a row for me, so it's a hot streak. But I don't have a set schedule yet. Tak. I did not. I saw that. Weren't there like 2 or 3 of the Tak and the Power of Juju games? I remember seeing them and they looked interesting, but I never really played them when I was younger.
Hey! I see the sculptor's muse!
Good eyes, Dax. Good eyes. Well, some of you need to admit it. You clicked on the stream because you saw Jak and Daxter After Dark. And it got you curious. I know. Yeah, I thought that was really funny. Because they both came out on PS2, right? So I thought it was funny. They took like a couple games that looked like they have a relatively similar art style, like that whole PS2 era cartoony style, and named them basically the same thing, just off by a letter. And it's not like either of them are. Well, Jak is a common name, but not J-A-K. And Tak maybe is a common name in other places, but at least where I'm from here, it's not. So it's pretty funny. Die, mud pit guy. Oh, nice. Maybe I can make it. We'll see. Probably not, because I didn't get the third one, but maybe. Heck yeah, let's do it. When I was younger, I used to play Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, I think. I think that was on the PS2. That was really when I did most of my gaming, was like the PS2 era, so. I like gaming now, but I don't keep up with games. So I played through that whole game. I remember just spending a ton of time in like the capsule shop or whatever. You just buy like the random capsule over and over again until you unlock the Dragon Balls. I don't even remember what the Dragon Balls did. They like made you, they helped you like power up one of your characters or something. You had to get all of them to do something like. I know in this series like you got a wish and they always use them to bring people back from the dead, but I Oh yeah, have you Guitar Hero? It's my jam. It's my jam, absolutely. I still play Clone Hero these days, but I don't think I would stream it. I am not talented enough to stream Clone Hero. If you haven't heard of Clone Hero, it's like a computer port-ish, but it's basically just like there's no storyline or anything like that. It's just you can import all these songs that you want and still play. Give me just a second and I'll show you something. I think I started playing Guitar Hero on PS2, yeah, so... Alright, hang on one sec. It's just right here. I got myself a, off Etsy, a custom Guitar Hero guitar, essentially, that they programmed. It's got, like, it's not plugged in right now, but it's got, like, the buttons light up RGB, the right colors. Super sick. Very smooth buttons, smooth frets. Love it. It was, we'll call it a midlife crisis purchase, because I shouldn't have spent that much on it. It wasn't that bad, but it is an expensive controller. But I love it. It's so fun, and I've been getting back into it, but I am not good at it. I enjoy it, and it's just for fun. It's like most gaming that I do. Alright, what am I working on right now? I got that one. I think I gotta go over to the ambush. Don't fall into the mist. I don't want to start over again tonight. But yeah, that era of gaming was what I basically grew up on, so love them.
Watch your back! We remember what happened the last time we were here. It's an ambush, Jak! It's an ambush!
Alright, dude, come here. Come here. I don't know if you were here last time I went through this, but there was... like, none of these big skeleton guys waving clubs. Like, I want to say there was one the last time I did this ambush earlier tonight, but there might have been none. Like, it's possible that there weren't any, but I wasn't paying attention at first. And it was just basically all those purple lurkers. I have not ever... I have a Discord account, but I don't really use it. I should. I'm in a bunch of communities for things that I'm interested in, and I just honestly don't get on it very often. You're free to, you know, send me a whisper here on Twitch, though. I definitely try to answer, but other people can attest that I'm a little bit slow sometimes. I'm kind of like an old man. Again, I got several kids, so like, most of my time goes to taking care of kids and trying to keep the house together, and whatever energy I have left, some of it goes to being social and some of it goes to having fun, and then I crash in bed. Ow, that's a wall. I'm not even close to making it. Okay. That's... oh, no way. Popped open with that punch. Love it when luck works out. Because that was absolutely 100% luck. That's right. Oh, I skipped scout fly back there. Yeah, so finally I'm trying to take a little more time to do fun things I enjoy, which is why I decided this year I'm gonna start streaming. So I'm like brand new here on Twitch. I've been streaming for a couple weeks, and really the only game I've played on here is Jak and Daxter. Thought it would be a quick run through kind of introduction to streaming for me, and it's only been a couple weeks, so it still is an introduction, but I honestly thought that this wasn't going to take me as long as it's taken me, so kudos for self-confidence, I guess, but reality's another story. No, I'll get there. I'll get there. My record so far is 72%. I made it to 72% before dying. I was so close. It's painful. I want to build up as much health as I can, because some nights I got the rhythm of those bouncing and rolling logs up there, and some nights I just don't. And I'm not sure what tonight's going to be, which means it's probably going to be bad. Now, if I keep streaming longer, then I'll set like a set schedule. Alright, so far so good. I'm not dead yet. Did you know that Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, as well as Jak 2 and Jak 3 and Jak X, all the PS2 games that were originally on PS2, Naughty Dog essentially wrote a new computer programming language to create them? I think that's cool. Fun facts. See? You already know everything. Man, the other day I was playing here, and I forgot to break open the boxes, and it took me forever to figure out that that's the precursor orbs I was missing here.
Wipe that ridiculous grin off your face, Daxter. The two of you have plenty to do. Get on with it.
My question, Samos, is why are you so invested in what we're doing? Isn't the whole point of our adventure to change Daxter back? And you said you thought it was an improvement. Why do you want us to keep going? What are you hiding, old man? I mean, you're hiding the fact that we're from the future. It's a pretty big thing to be hiding. Yeah, we'll go this way. Okay, return the muse to the sculptor. I think those are both the zoomer section. Why did I just stop all momentum? Okay. I did not know you could do that. That's kind of cool. I'm not willing to be patient enough to just sit there and pick them off like that, but that's cool. I didn't know you could take out the balloon lurkers from the bridge. Learn new things every day.
Let's plow into those balloon lurkers and shred them.
Alrighty, let's do this. Yes, there is a scout fly out here. Couldn't remember for sure. I didn't get that guy. And I missed that precursor orb. I am not a good flyer. I have much to learn. That's the thing. That's what I should I should like put in my channel description that like this stream is just for your average gamers. I'm not a speedrunner. I'm not like a specialist gamer. I'm just like a dude who grew up playing these games and wants to play them again for fun. Come here to struggle with me or laugh, whatever you want. I'm gonna laugh at myself often too. So if cool stuff ever happens on stream, trust me, I'm just as excited about it as you are, and it will probably never happen again. No, 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 come back. Ah. Alright, buddy. Alright, buddy, where are you coming down? There you are. Oof. Nice, okay. Nice, nice. We got this. So what other games do you like playing? You were talking about Guitar Hero and Tack and...
Good! You stopped all the mind-dropping lurkers. They've been threatening the waters around our village for weeks. Bring your zoomer back to the chance pad and I'll teleport it back.
I love this, like, agrarian society has teleportation and magic. It's just such an interesting world. Oh, oh yeah, the ones behind by the fire canyon. Okay. All good, all good. Spyro, yeah. I really like the new Reignited trilogy that came out with, like, they just updated the whole thing and just made it look modern. Had a lot of fun with those. Played all of the PS2 ones as a kid. Actually, one of the things that they did in the Reignited trilogy that I really appreciate, that I wish Jak would get the same treatment, is they made it so that, like, if you press, like, L2 and R2 together or something, sparks will point towards the nearest gem that you haven't collected yet. So, like, if you're like me and you're a completionist and you have to have every single thing in every single level, it's a really good way to figure out, okay, which ones did I miss, which ones did I forget. I wish there was some way to, and maybe there's a mod that implemented on this version, but like, I wish there's a way to do that with the precursor orbs here. It's like I was having trouble in Sentinel Beach earlier, didn't know which ones I was missing. It'd be nice if Daxter was just like, look to your left, you know? That'd be a cool feature. Like, if you press a couple buttons together or something, so it's not just all the time, like he's in your face. He'll give you a chance to find him on your own if you want to, but you can ask for that help. Right? Hey, if you ever want to get on a stream together, we can look for him together for you. I'm not sure it's worth it though. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, so that in the Reignited trilogy, when I saw that you could do that with sparks, man, made that game for me, because there are so many collectibles in those Spyro games. I grew up and my parents got me the second game first. I guess those are PS1 games, aren't they? Dang, okay. Ripto's Rage is what I started with, though. Can I talk to you? Thank you. So that's kind of my favorite, probably partially because of nostalgia. Alright, don't hit the Dark Eco boxes.
There's scoutflies out here too.
Yeah, because Kira's a mad lass. Why is she sending scoutflies out in the middle of a fiery canyon? I will never understand that woman. Gotta love her anyway, though. Wouldn't make it through the series without her. Glad she finally gets to do something in Jak X. That's not true. She does stuff in all the games, to an extent. Ah, missed it. Alright, just don't die. I will not. I have trouble controlling with the hop turn, and yes, it is a skill issue. Well aware of that. Totally fine with that. I know, thank you. I know. Don't die. Live. Yeah, there we go. Survived it.
We made it!
7 hours. I remember it being longer than that. Nice work. Again, like I said, in Jak X, I spent just ridiculous amounts of time customizing the appearance of my cars. Almost as much time as I did racing. Yeah, Jak Daxter come with orbs, those egg awesome collection. Like physical eggs came with the game? Like that's cool. I keep thinking I should get like collector's editions of games that come with like the physical things, but I'm too cheap. Actually, you know what I should do? Because I'm also a nerd. I have a 3D printer. I should see if I could find like a decent model of a precursor orb. See if I can like print one. Just as a little desktop figurine or something. That'd be fun. I bet somebody's already modeled that. I could probably wouldn't have to even put in the work to do that. Which is good because I don't know how I would model those characters. My 3D modeling is mostly done in Tinkercad, which if you don't know is like basic shapes.
Why the blue sage disappeared?
No, I don't want to trade you yet. I want to trade the dude that can give me the rest of the level. That one's always hard. What do you guys call these things? I call them like precursor orb containers or like canisters. I don't even know what those are.
Got to get back to my research.
Eco crates? No, that makes you think like they're crates of eco. Alright. Mr. Gambler Man? No! I think I have enough to do with him and the other one. Yeah, for sure. Come back anytime. Happy to chat again. If you want to send me a DM, feel free. Yeah, there we go. I still had enough. Tight. Not sure what I'm going to do after I finish Jak and Daxter, but at this point, who knows when that's going to be, so it's not really a huge concern. I'll be here. I'll be playing Jak and Daxter. Stop by anytime. Hope you have a great night or morning or whatever time it is. I don't know. No. Alright, do not jump across the platforms when the shark is there. He will eat you. And yes, I did learn that the hard way. I should probably just start with Boggy Swamp. Yeah, have you ever played have you ever heard of a Clone Hero? They basically like made a mod where, not even a mod, like they made a new game where you can just like import pretty much any song you can think of. You can find somebody that's made like a track for it, and it's like just Guitar Hero but just the tracks. There's not like a career mode or characters or anything like that. It's just playing Guitar Hero, right? So it's really fun.
I've got to get back to my research.
I was showing Hero of Gods there. I don't know if you were there for that, but off of Etsy I got this guy that makes like custom Guitar Hero guitars. So I got to pick out like the colors and stuff, and it's all 3D printed. But it's got like RGB light up buttons, and they're all like mechanical keyboard switches. So they're super clicky and nice, and they've got RGB in them. It's like the color of the button that they are. This thing is sweet. It's USB-C as well, so like I can just plug it right into my computer. The 360 play some Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, we'll see what's going. They're gonna buy up everything. I do not understand. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I got that on Etsy. If you want, I can like whisper you the dude who makes them, but they were more expensive than I probably should have paid for a Guitar Hero guitar. Although right now they're all expensive. If you're trying to buy a guitar these days, like it's just ridiculously expensive. I think I paid like $120 for it. Like he does the bodies and the like that black body was like separate from the actual bar. He sells them as like a bar. And then you got like bolt-on bodies essentially. So I think altogether it was like $120, but there's different variations and you can get different versions and stuff. But I don't know. It's been like 6 months, so I already forgot. But it's just nice. They're like super smooth buttons. Like almost no resistance, so you can finger really easily and quickly. That's what she said. Yes, my sense of humor is still like at 13 years old. And it always will be. I refuse to change. Exactly. Got that dexterity, baby. Alright, lightning moles. Go into your home. What, are you too good for your home? That's a terrible Happy Gilmore impression, but you know. It's midnight. I can just claim I'm tired and say that's the reason, and not just that I suck at impressions. That's right. Come on. Honestly, I just wanted to hit him. He was being a bit of a bastard. He deserved it. Nice twofer. Yeah, I don't know, like I think what happened, and this is just my complete layman, no information, smooth brain take on it, is that like they were making money hand over fist by selling the bundles with the guitars and stuff and like all the instruments, and they overestimated the market because it was one of those things where it was just like it was essentially a gaming bubble. It blew up so fast. They both tried to get in, like Guitar Hero and Rock Band tried to get in and just like capitalize on it, and they just kind of oversaturated the market. And now like some of the oversaturation has died down and people are interested in it again because it is like they're fun games to play. Like there is no new hardware, there's nothing to get, so like the used market's crazy expensive, and yeah, if anything comes, it'll now be in Fortnite. So like we'll see. I'm not like hugely anti-Fortnite, to be completely honest. Like I used to play it and I thought it was fun. I played it for a while. I liked, you know, having like missions to do to complete and stuff like that. It was fun. And then I realized, yeah, this is basically just like a Skinner box. So yeah, of course I like it. My brain's getting like that reward, that dopamine hit every time I check that box. And like, I don't know, just kind of moved on. And like, yes, I realize I just described most of video games, that they're just designed to give you that dopamine hit, but still. Some games are worse than others at it. Trying to keep my kids in, just aware of the ways that they're going to get targeted for microtransactions and mobile games and stuff like that. And like, oh, you gotta ask yourself, games like Roblox or things like that, like, would you have fun with the game if you weren't spending money on it? Because if not, don't spend money on it. Like, if you have to pay a game ongoing money to make it fun, it's probably not a very fun game. Oh man, I started on what is it, Legends of Rock? I think was the Guitar Hero game I first played, and the one I probably played the most. Whichever one has like Through the Fire and the Flames by Dragon Force. God, at the end of that song, my fingers would just be dead. Like, it was legitimately like a forearm workout to try to keep fingering the frets the whole time. Exactly. Like, any day. Like, they could come up tomorrow and be like, yeah, sorry, we're shutting down, and you have nothing. And, like, I'm not opposed to giving developers money. Like, if it's a free-to-play game, and you like it a lot, and you want to contribute something back, sure, buy a skin or two, whatever. Like, kick the developer some cash because they've made a good product. But also, like, it's, you just got to be cognizant and aware of things like that. Like, I'm a firm believer in supporting developers that are making things that you want them to make, and not supporting them if they're making things that you don't want them to make. And that can be, you know, the content itself or the way the content is being delivered. And I just think you need to make your voice heard at least as much as possible. Unfortunately, in my opinion, right now the gaming industry is making a lot of choices I don't really love. Like Diablo 4 with its, what, like 10 grand of DLC that is still making money hand over fist. Did they really? I didn't play a game that had the ability to make your own song. Sounds sweet though. God damn it, dude. Was that one of the Rock Band ones? Because I never played Rock Band. I played several of the Guitar Heroes. And the idea that they had a Guitar Hero that was just Aerosmith, I think they did other bands later, but when they came out with Aerosmith, I was like, really? A whole Guitar Hero game for one band? Still strikes me as pretty dumb. Yeah. Yeah, and that's things like, it sucks for a lot of reasons when those games go down, because it's like, not only did you lose all of your stuff, but like, even just from like an archival standpoint, like there's games, there's experiences that people have had and that people enjoyed and people have lived that are just gone. There's no real way for people to experience them anymore. There's no way for people to see what it was really like. And like, for a lot of them, like, who cares if they're like a little shitty game that somebody just farted out as like a cash grab or something, whatever, I don't super care. But like, a lot of them, like, people took time, like, whether they were indie or other things, people took time and effort and passion to put the stuff out there, and then just like, one day it's just gone. Like, if it's a game that requires an always online connection and the servers aren't on to validate it anymore, like, it's just gone. And that sucks for like archival as well as, you know, any of your player base, any of the people that loved your game and gave you money or anything like that, they're screwed too. Like, damn it. Guitar Hero 5 is okay. Yeah, I dropped out at some point of the Guitar Hero series just because, like I was talking about, I think it got a little oversaturated. I got like that Legends of Rock, whichever one I think the third one was, and I was hooked. So I got like 1 and 2, and then Aerosmith, and maybe one more after that. And by that point, I'd had, you know, probably over 100 songs between all the games, and maybe even more than that. But I was just kind of burnt out. What am I supposed to be doing now? Oh, the record on the time. Pink and blue. What's that one? Yeah, see, when it gets to the point where I can't even remember what I'm doing in the level anymore, I should probably be thinking about calling it quits. I'm gonna do something stupid and have to start all over again.
Those dark eco boxes are bad news.
Yeah, Dax. I got you, buddy. I got you. I understand what you're saying. I just don't care. Yeah, and like they had like Guitar Hero Live, I think they had came out with, where it was basically just like you had to pay like $2 or $3 for every song, and it's just it got to a point where it was just ridiculous. Like they gave you a base game and a base roster of, you know, some songs, but then look at all these other ones we've got, and it's only like $3 for all this per song for all this DLC that we have available. And it's just a cash grab, and they weren't great anymore. Like you can tell like the time hadn't been put into each track anymore. From what I heard, I didn't play that one, but I heard it wasn't great. This is all word of mouth, allegedly, whatever. It's a game and it's an opinion. Don't sue me. Clearly joking. No one's gonna sue me, and if they did, they can have whatever they can find. Go through the couch cushions.
We beat the record time.
I think it was called Guitar Hero Live is what I'm thinking of. Like they released one in like 2017 or something, and it was like a live service one. And like it's some cool stuff. Like I think there was like online leaderboards and shit like that. But like, again, it's just from what I recall hearing about it, it was just like a ton of like DLC content that you were kind of pressured into buying because it was just like new song packs. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get sued because something I said. I don't know.
A bunch to go.
Defamation against the company. Was it Activision made Guitar Hero? I don't remember. I was just saying I think they didn't put very much effort into it, and it was a lazy cash grab. So I was joking that they're going to sue me, because clearly they're going to sue me for that. Slandering their good name. I think Bobby Kotick's out at Activision though, so that's something. Not a big fan of his. When I look over at my my streaming software, it kind of looks like it's coming through kind of choppy. Is it looking choppy on Twitch, or is that just something weird on my end? Or is it always like that and I've just never noticed? Tight, sweet. Must be something weird with my monitoring software. Alright. I think it's just the blue rings left, right? Oh, I'm getting sued now. Gotcha. Sorry. I'm only like half reading chat. Ah, fuck. I don't know how to drive anymore. Ah. Alrighty, let's get through this. I can tell you what though, after the streak I've had for the last few nights, I'm not doing the Sunken City tonight. I will die. Yeah, hey, thanks, Justin. Welcome to chat. I love Jak and Daxter. This game came out when I was a kid, and I played through it so many times, and I've got basically like every HD remaster that's come out on every system it's come out on. So I was like, yeah, I'd kind of be interested in starting to stream, so I'm still new to streaming. But because I kind of, yeah, we'll say I like a challenge, I decided that since I've 100% of this game so many times, let's see if I can do it with no deaths. And so I've been trying that for a few weeks, a couple weeks, some amount of time. Let's just say it's harder than I thought it would be. But it's been fun, it's been good. Welcome now. Yes, I do have it on PC. That's what I'm playing it on right now. This is through Open Goal. If you've heard of that project that's going on. So that's why it's nighttime all the time, because I've got it on PC with the secrets menu, and they've got that mode where they tie the daytime and the nighttime to your PC clock, and it's nighttime where I live, so pretty much every time I'm streaming, as long as I leave that option on, it's going to be nice and dark outside. So Jak After Dark. I don't know if you already knew that or just messing, but oh yeah, I say all the time, like, I am not a speedrunner. I am not like a skilled gamer. I'm like Mr. Casual dad gamer who's just here to have fun. So if you're coming to the stream just to laugh at somebody who's like struggling, that'll be me. I'll be here for a while. And if I decide to go through Jak 2 and Jak 3, they will definitely not be no death in those two. Especially not Jak 2. Those difficulty spikes are insane. I can go through it, sure, but I'm not doing it with no deaths. Hey, same with me. I'm like, I should find something I can help with on that project because I really appreciate it and it's awesome, and I think it's real cool. And I want to go through and I want to play some like the fan-made levels on stream at some point because I haven't played through them and I haven't watched them on YouTube. But it's just cool that like we're getting new Jak content from the community, probably people that grew up playing it, and I want to try it. So
Rocks have feelings too.
they do not. Shut your mouth. But yeah, it's been fun. I've got Open Goal playing on. I installed it on my ROG Ally as well, so it's really fun. It runs really well too, so it's fun to have portable Jak and Daxter, now portable Jak 2. I know Jak 2 is technically still in beta under Open Goal, but it plays so well. Did you bring some for me today? What are you having? What else do I have to do? Just the Precursor Oracle and Scout Flies. What other Scout Fly am I missing? Oh, probably the one at the dock over here. Pier, whatever it's called. This thing over the water. But yeah, Justin, that's or our Justin, whatever. That's me with a lot of open source projects. It's like, oh, I think this is really cool. I want to go help some issue and contribute some way, but who's got the time? The people that are actually doing it and not making excuses. Those guys are the real heroes. And today, tomorrow, if he shares some dessert, he can be a real hero too. Yeah, so I'm when this game came out, I was I think I was 11 technically. I was young. So I'm, you know, mid-30s now with 4 kids. And, you know, the fact that I have now found time to game a couple hours every other night or so, I've come a long way. Oh, nice. Wait, I said I wasn't going to do this tonight? You people. Trying to make me go back on my word. Yeah, no, oof. The Ally is a real mixed bag for me. It isn't what I was hoping it would be, but it is really cool. I really like being able to play handheld, and I really like being able to just put whatever I want on there. Again, running Jak and Daxter natively, not through emulation, although it is an emulation beast. If you like getting into things like retro gaming and things like that, set up EmuDeck for Windows that's now out in beta for everyone. You can set up, you know, any emulation you want, and they've got good guides for it. Retro Game Corps, CORPS is a great resource if you want to get into that retro side. And you can play most PC games at varying levels of quality. It's just the big downside for me that I didn't think would bother me as much as it kind of does is the battery. It doesn't go super long. It's not like, you know, an all-day device. You can get a couple hours out of a lot of games. If it's really lightweight, you can go longer. But yeah, if you've got the ability to, like, it is good. I would say probably don't go for the cheaper model. Although with some of the crazy sales they have at Best Buy, maybe. Steam Deck OLED also looks tempting. But given that I've already got the Ally and I have 4 kids, I can't justify that one. Just because I already have the Ally, so.
Hey, what are you doing on things so bad?
Maybe I'll go do Boggy Swamp. I think I can get through that one without dying easier than I can get through Precursor City. Yeah. So, like, and you can get, there are solutions to the battery if you don't mind, like, extra weight and stuff, like getting one of those, like, base US or base ES or however you say it, like, power supplies, and used to be called deck mates, and now I think they're called mechanism, like little straps that hold an extra battery to the back and a little 6-inch USB-C cable. Like, you can make it work, and it's not a big deal. And honestly, like, I play it most of the time at home anyway, so I'm not far from a plug, so it's not a huge deal breaker for me, and I can just, you know, hang out with my wife and play a game on the couch and not have to worry about it. Or, you know, I've got a pair of Bluetooth headphones that I just sync just to the Ally, just so that I can be with my family and put one earbud in and game and stuff. So, like, it is a killer device, and it's very versatile. And I mean, it's a full fat PC basically. Like, whatever you can do with PC gaming, you can do with the Ally, and it's surprisingly capable. And like people say, like, the Windows experience on a handheld isn't great, and they're not wrong, but I think the perspective that they're coming from is one that maybe other people don't have. It's like, when people say that, most times those are people that are in, like, the handheld gaming space. At least from my perspective, like, YouTube reviewers say that a lot and stuff. So, like, they're like, it's not that great compared to what other handhelds are doing, but it's really not that bad. Like, again, if you do PC gaming, it's basically the same thing. It's just, I don't know, buy yourself like a relatively cheap USB hub that plugs it with USB-C, so you can add a mouse and keyboard for things like setup and things like that. And it's really pretty simple. You can do it all on device. It's just, you'll use the touchscreen a lot, and it isn't seamless. But once you've got it up and going, like, Armory Crate software, which is what they use as their launcher, is surprisingly capable. I keep saying surprisingly, like, I guess it's surprising to me how capable it all is and how good it all works. So, not paid, but willing to be. ROG, hit me up. Or Asus, whatever. The ROG division of Asus. I'll shill for you. Now, but honestly, what's really kind of getting me excited is, Like, just some of the big leaps forward that the Steam Deck took on their mid-generation refresh with the OLED. Like, I'm excited to see where things are going in the handheld PC market. As a kid, I always thought Yellow Eco was like the coolest power. You get to like shoot these fireballs essentially across the level, and now it's like,
Shoot those big boulders holding the
it honestly just gets in my way a little bit. It messes me up
you see that?
my flow, you know? And that sounds so dumb when I say it out loud, but it does. It's a different thing. I'm used to like being able to punch forward to get momentum to go forward and things like that, and when I've got the Yellow Eco, it just doesn't work. Still cool. Just not as cool as I used to think it was. Ow. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I legitimately do not understand, and this is the other side of what we were talking about, like, how the base model Steam Deck is as cheap as it is and as capable as it is. That's one thing that I think is awesome that Valve did, where, like, you don't lose any power by going with the base model Steam Deck. It's just a little bit of memory, and like, it is still just as capable of a device as the one that is $300 more. Now, granted, like, if you can afford it, there are some benefits to going with the more expensive models. Like, the Ally is about a little more expensive than the top model Steam Deck, but it's also more powerful. The screen's better. It's got variable refresh rate, and like, it's got features that, in my opinion, justify the price difference. So, and it runs full fat Windows, not SteamOS, which SteamOS is really good. Really enjoy it. Nothing against SteamOS, but again, if you want to play anything that uses anti-cheat software, you're hosed completely on Steam Deck. And while issues do crop up from time to time on the Ally, where like some anti-cheat software is falsely labeling it as a problem because of some of the BIOS and changes for the Ally, they typically get ironed out pretty quick. Not a guarantee, but yeah, the Switch. If the rumors about the Switch 2 are true and it's like really as underpowered as it seems, I won't be surprised, but I will be disappointed. Yes, Nintendo, you've disappointed me again.
Only 2 more tethers.
I love Nintendo games, but I don't love Nintendo the company. I think a lot of the decisions they make just make no sense. I do not understand how in the 2020s their online solutions for play are so bad. Oh yeah, it'll sell a ton, and like, honestly, I can't even blame people for buying it. I will probably buy one myself, probably. And that's part of the problem. But they just have such good first-party IP. Like, they do quality gaming. I will not argue that point. It's just their hardware is so underpowered. It just leads to experiences that I'm like, this could be so much better. And I think that's what really gets me. It's got that potential. But like, what's there is great. Like, Breath of the Wild is a masterpiece. Tears of the Kingdom I've heard is even better. I haven't played through Tears of the Kingdom. It looks to me like Breath of the Wild plus. Which is fine. Like, Breath of the Wild's great. I just haven't really felt the desire to go back. It's probably because I didn't grow up with Zelda, so I have like no emotional attachment to the IP. I've tried to get into it a few times, and the games are fun, but they're just not my... I'm gonna get canceled here on Twitch. I actually have no idea what the right opinion is, but Zelda's not my cup of tea all the time. Ah, that was almost really cool. I thought I was gonna make it through the ambush without taking damage. Not today, Zerg. Yes, that is Toy Story reference. You're welcome. Everybody needs a little more Toy Story in their life. Hey, that felt unfair. Oh
That
no.
dirigible's barely hanging on. Let's find the last tether.
Oh, don't leave without that. I have left without this power cell before, and let me tell you, it is a pain to come back and find. No. I want the blue stuff. All right, let's get through this.
Hey, there's the flood.
I don't know. I will give Nintendo credit that I won't give to almost any other company, and that is that they don't just iterate. They make changes to the way that they're doing things. They actually like, I mean, like the Wii. You can say what you want about it. Like it was underpowered at the time too, but it was innovative. The Switch was innovative. They make changes that are cool. And then they do things like the Wii U, which is like not innovative and confusing because they're Nintendo and they're just Nintendo. Favorite Jak? I've played the I've played through all of Daxter. I did not play the Lost Frontier. That's half true. I played part of the Lost Frontier. I did not finish the Lost Frontier because I thought it was very bad. I was playing the PS2 port, not the PSP version, so maybe it was better on the PSP, but I doubt it. My problem was just that it didn't feel like it didn't control like Jak and Daxter controlled. Like that is one thing that I don't even know how they managed to do it. Like I do know how they managed to do it. They use the same code base and engine essentially, but like despite how different Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy is from Jak 2 and Jak 3 and like and Jak X, like they all feel like you're still Jak. They control similarly. They've got that continuity to it, and I think that's fantastic. The Lost Frontier feels like you're playing a different game wearing like a Jak costume, and it's not as good of a game. No offense to the studio that did it, like the fact that they were coming on and like trying to do.
She may come in handy again sometime. Now go back to the transpad and I'll bring her home.
I did not mean to come over here. What was I saying? Oh, my favorite. Oh, that's hard. I mean, Jak and Daxter was like one of the games that got me into gaming, so that's awesome. It'll always have a good place in my heart. Plus the fact that like it's super easy to just kind of like pick up and play. It doesn't have the same like difficulty spikes as Jak 2 or Jak 3 to a certain extent. Not as bad as Jak 2, but Jak 2. I don't know, just that tonal whiplash and the way that, at least at the time when I was growing up and playing it, like they pulled off that I guess twist or whatever, that like you're in the same world despite how different things are. They pulled it off so well. I gotta give them credit for that. Like I think Jak 2 is probably my favorite subjectively, but Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy is probably the one I will come back to most often. Jak X. Like, oh yeah, I was telling you the other day, like, I remember at the end, I don't remember what parts for me, but like, it just, like, it went from kind of a piece of cake racing game to, holy hell, how are you supposed to do this stuff, man? Like, and I love Jak X. I thought it was so fun. I would play with my buddy in my basement all the time. But it spikes at the end.
Enjoying of my beautiful swamp?
What's a bathtub?
Those rats will...
Again, a recap for my house rules. Minigames don't count as deaths. If the rats eat the cupcakes, I'm not dead. I'm not restarting tonight. Knock on all the wood. And I should say I'm not restarting again tonight. This is round 2 for tonight. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, and it probably just involves like being better at this game. But I just randomly shoot and just mash the square button. I need to get good at Jak and Daxter rat shooting. Oh no, I'm gonna get overrun. This is going badly. No, no. Why did you have to put your cupcakes in the swamp? Hey, I made it.
You sure know how to shoot. Thanks a heap for the help.
You're welcome, partner. You seem like you'd be fun to party with. I don't remember you can break those without the yellow eco or not. Better just be safe, I guess. This is not the game to try crazy stuff on. I want to survive. I say as I blow up tons of dark eco crates. Nice, 7th Scoutfly. That's a good sign. Always a good sign when I'm just fighting them in line and get them all. Means I'm probably being thorough. Wait a second. Thorough my left butt cheek. Haven't got the last dirigible line yet. Why did I just jump into the swamp? What is wrong with me? It's so beautiful. There we go. Nice, nice. Almost done with Boggy Swamp. Alright. Like I said before, I think I'm at a point where doing the ancient precursor city is going to be a bad idea for me tonight. So I think after I finish Boggy Swamp, I'll probably call it, because I don't want to do the mountain pass either. Too risky. Too risky. But Monday's not a school night because it's Martin Luther King Day. Or Sunday. Monday's not a school day, so tomorrow's not a school night. Maybe I'll play again tomorrow night. Yeah, I know. I see you. I see you. I'll come get you. Ah! Don't die. That's the whole point, buddy. You gotta help me out, Jak. Nice. It is always the worst when you get the last power cell in a level, and then you realize you've got like 3 precursor orbs left, and you have no idea where you put them, or where you missed them, where you put them. I stuck them on the shelf for safekeeping. Fortunately, that's not going to be a problem today. Finish up Boggy Swamp, I think. Alright, Rock Village. Oracle, I've got enough. I don't know how to go through menus. Why is Boggy Swamp the first one here? Oh no, it's not. Lost Precursor City is. That makes sense. Ish. Precursor Basin should be higher up the list. I'm judgy. Yeah, gotta love those long weekends. So my kid, one of my middle kids, he likes to do martial arts. He's in a class that he goes to on Wednesday nights, and it's a class of like, he's the starting age, and it's got a 5-year range, so it's like, or 6-year range, so it's like 7 to 13-year-olds are all in the same class. He was paired up with another kid, and he got like yanked around a little harder than he's used to getting yanked around. He like hurt his stomach. He was saying it hurt on Wednesday night, and then he went to school on Thursday, and he threw up, and I'm like, oh no, is that, he says it's because he was still hurting from his injury from martial arts the night before. But he's been fine since, so I think he's probably fine. But I bring it up because he threw up at school on Thursday, he got sent home, obviously, and school district policy is 48 hours after vomit, so he started his long weekend Thursday afternoon. Because by the time he got home, he was feeling just fine. He was eating whatever he wanted, doing whatever he wanted. He just had that issue. So he's got a nice long weekend. I know, right? I would be like, yeah, this is suspicious, but this is also the child that, like, cannot lie to save his life. And he's only 7, so he's not quite that devious yet. My oldest has played it. He got, still doing some of the Worlds Off Sandover Village. He likes it a lot. But he's hooked on Minecraft. He keeps going back to that. So he'll play it for a little bit, and then he'll play Minecraft. They like watching me play, so I'll play on the PS4, something like that, out in the living room on the TV. And man, you do not realize I don't realize how good these graphics look until I play on a PS4 in the day and then come play with this HD texture pack on open goal at night, and I'm like, wow. It is different. It is strikingly different, and I know which one is better. Alright. Just the Precursor City left. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go back to the Precursor Village, Precursor City, the sunken place, and just kind of save in there so I don't have to get there next time. But hey, this means I gotta update the stream description because we're not starting over tomorrow. Oh, I already did for After Dark. Darn. I don't even have a PS2 to go back to right now. I've been playing them on the PS4, like the ports that are on PS4, and I don't know if it's just that those versions are really bad or because I feel like I remember one generation they were just like, they looked terrible and they didn't play very well. And it might be PS4, maybe I'm just making this up or mixing it up with a different game, but I really like the open goal version. Plays smooth, it's got native controller support for any of the things you want to use, it's runs well. But it's not convenient to hook up to my family room TV, so I just realized I actually do have a dock for my Ally set up on that TV, so I could just play it off the Ally. Bluetooth controller. Solve the problem. I blame you, Justin. Thanks for the advice. Alright, guys. We are at 56%. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for chatting. Hope you all have a wonderful night. Stay safe, stay warm, or cool if it's hot where you're at. Stay comfortable. See you guys next time.